If you guys didn't hear the news, Night Shift had partnered up with Trolli to bring you the Night Shift Trolli Open with $20,000 on the line across North America and EU. We had NA take place just a few weeks back. We did crown Melee Creeps our champion, but it was time to move on to EU to see which team would take the title and the $5,000 first place prize. Going into our qualifiers, we had 69 teams sign up to participate for their chance to move on into our group stage and inevitably into the playoffs if they could make it. So take a look at the groups here. We have one group with Buff Enjoyers, Eternity, Lotus, and Fearless Furies. And on the other side of the groups, we have Abrahams, Kunkka, Mel Team, and of course, Yosho Yoyo. The first match of the night was going to be Invited Team Lotus taking on one of the qualified teams of Fearless Furies. Taking a look at the rosters here, we do have for Lotus a name we haven't seen in, well, quite a long time. Play With Me rejoining the competitive scene here, filling in a slot for the team, as well as Wizaster. And over on the Fearless Fury side, we recognize a couple of the names participating in this event. We have Surgery, Fargareco, Applefine, and Apocycle all playing previously in prior events. With Victor left open to play, Apocycle was ready to feast. He ended up finishing with over 90,000 healing. Yes, on a Victor, 90,000 healing. And was definitely the key factor to Fearless Furies taking the first game in the groups.
As it still is going on, raging forwards, and Surgery's going to get taken out on the page, and now you got the 6 versus 4 advantage here. Apocycle does still have that Victor ult, the reincarnation here, and is just trying to create as many problems around the mid-boss as possible, trying to buy time, trying to delay, maybe trying to find a potential kill here, but there's the ult that's going to get popped, and this is a lot of focus fires just surrounding him. I don't know that he can do anything here as he tries to survive. Gets a Guardian barrier there, just coming on in, and just, oh my god, Victor is staying up. He's somehow staying up.
Yeah, go down! Victor's ridiculous! You're gonna tell me this hero just got nerfed? That is absurd! Somehow bringing things back. Okay, Fearless Fury is all gonna get wiped, but the fact that Apocycle even was able to do that towards the end, that was nearly disaster for Lotus.
As we take a look at the end of the first round of matches in the group stages, we can see that Buff Enjoyers meet up against Fearless Furies to determine who goes into the playoffs, as well as the same for Abrahams and Mel Team. As we take a closer look at that matchup, we can see one big roster change coming in for Abrahams into this event is that ABL has left the team and Sonic Sniper has been picked up. And we can see exactly where ABL did join. A few of his previous one-win brethren, as well as some new additions with Palm and OFCs, who we haven't seen play in competitive just yet, but they're up against their first true test with Abrahams. In the first match, ABL was able to get on Yamato again, where we've seen him previously have ridiculous performances. Mel Team ended up getting the first mid-boss, but as we fast forward to the second mid-boss and an almost 40k lead, Mel Team get the crystal to drop, but then don't get a single one.
Delicious and squishy. And sour.
And now gone. Devoured as Abrahams looking to make a miracle happen. Page ult comes on in. First rejuve, second rejuve, all rejuves to Abrahams as Abrahams now. Can they make this fight winnable even with 3 rejuves? They've been behind. They take down the Mo. ABL, Shadow Transformation pops. Looking for a bit of damage for now, though. Again, ankles broken across the board. Bit more damage coming in. All rejuve crystals are gone, but Mel Team has taken serious damage in turn. Jamside looking to get into the action. Is the Wraith farmed up enough? ABL ends up falling. 3 members down here from Mel Team. And Abrahams, it's a great mid-fight for them here, Dan. They turn the tide.
Flash forward to the 4th mid-boss of the game, and the exact same thing happens yet again. Abrahams get 2 of the crystals to Mel Team's 1, and not only take the first match of the series, but also defeat Mel Team, who had an over 70k lead.
What is the definition of insanity, Dan?
Yeah, the mid-boss storyline today is kind of mental. That is to be sure. Are they going to go for this? They're going to go for it.
Going in, 70k down, no problem. Abrahams take map 1, and ABL is the first one out of the server.
Game 2 played out a lot more normal with a lot less mid-boss action. The takeaway from this match was that OCs is a beast at farming. He ended up getting to 33k souls 23 minutes into the game, while the highest on the other team was Jamside at 22k. He was too far ahead for Abrahams to contest, and Mel Team took it to a game 3.
In the last 2 maps, in 2 previous maps. So happy to see some normality as the mid-boss rejuve crystals are falling. But wait, what's this? We get a potential contest there. The stone form is there to secure it, and it will be a fully secured, clean rejuve take for Mel Team.
After coin flipping the mid-boss for the umpteenth time, Mel Team come out with 2 crystals and 3 kills as they unleash OCs again, getting the game and a spot into the playoffs.
4 players dead. I mean, Poshy, this seems unrecoverable.
Yeah, it seems pretty chopped. I won't lie to put it in NA terms. It's wraps, it's chopped.
The NA lingo is like, to explain this, I need to use the language of my people. Chat, it's chopped. Well, the patron is knocked. Abrahams on the verge of being sent to the lower bracket within their group. Mel team, after trials and tribulations and many mid bosses, may have just done it. Flammable able to get together down once more. The second stage patron, it is under fire, and Abrahams can do nothing yet to stop it. Mel team will secure their berth to the second day.
With that match finishing off, we can see in the first group that Buff Enjoyers have advanced through, taking a 2-0 against Fearless Furies, who have to meet up against the rematch of Lodos. In the other group, we can see the Abrahams had to go up against Yosho Yoyo for their chance to get into the playoffs. Moving on into the rematch, Lotus try to punish Fearless Furies for going for the right lane walker by starting mid, but they don't get a single crystal.
Page, you have the doorman. There's a lot of things that can help you get through this game.
Colt comes on in. Bob falls early. Lodos looking to contest. Concussive combustion in. Arzo trying to clear the way. However, every single crystal goes away at Fearless Furies. Surgery in on some of the completions. And Lodos feeling the penalty towards the end.
Another mid-boss attempt by Lotus with 2 kills, but Fargreco throws the book at them, turning around and getting Fearless Furies the rejuve and the first game win.
She's shredding so many books. I mean, look, to an extent, it's somewhat effective. I mean, Surgery is able to get 1 pick. Lodos down 1. The mid-boss attempt is in shambles as Fearless Furies takes down 3. The Gummies have never looked more stable here in the middle. Lodos losing everyone in the end, and now what was going to be a Lodos mid-boss off 2 picks is going to be an easy conversion for Fearless Furies.
Moving on to the second match, Wasastra post-laning phase was doing some serious work on the Viper, opening up a lot of kills. But he has been outfarmed by the gun Kelvin played by Apocycle. We hit the 18-minute mark and both teams clash over the urn, with the Furies coming out with 3 kills and rejuve.
And the chase down from Fearless Furies really shows how much they think they can win these fights, but there it is, Kelvin with the dome. The very well-timed dome is going to secure the kill onto Wasastra. Pyro, extraordinarily weak, looking to go down as well. 30 HP, somehow up for longer than he ever had the right to be, but does get taken out as well, which is going to give, most likely, an easy mid-boss here to Fearless Furies.
Even with a strong start from Lodos, this match ended quickly on the back of Apocycle and Ayano securing a spot in the playoffs.
There's not going to be a stun delay. I was like saying here, we've set the stage. Is it truly over? But yes, it is completely over. The DCs are out. I don't know if GGs were said, but it was a game, and Fearless Furies. We'll see you tomorrow.
It was now time to determine who would be the final team moving through into the playoffs. Will it be Abrahams or Yosho Yoyo? As we take a look at the roster for Yosho for the first time, we have a couple of names we could recognize in here, in particular Piggy, who previously was on Buff Enjoyers back in the day, as well as Jaxi, who's been an up-and-coming player. Even with an early game comp, Yosho fall behind early on, losing all 3 of their Guardians. It doesn't help when Saint pulls off plays like this as well.
Gunman, Cage though, comes in, gonna catch Mo, putting Saint in a real tough spot here. But is the damage going to be there? The scorn is massive. It ends up being effectively a defective full heal and gets the parry on top of it. Mo throwing hands, a second parry, chasing down Abrams. Saint off the combo. Don't mess with the mole in the suit.
The lead just continued to get out of hand for Abrahams as they release all that anger of losing a Mel team earlier onto Yosho to end game 1.
Level, I think if the other team goes Bebop and you have a chance to deny Mo and Mo makes sense for you at all, which I think Mo would have been fine for Yosho here, probably should have picked it. I mean, Bebop Mo has turned into a very reliable combo that multiple teams have used to great success recently in both EU and NA. If you think about what Melee Creeps was able to do during the NA trolley side of things. Mo can fit into a lot of comps, and I think when one team telegraphs the Bebop, but they don't want to do it at the same time, taking it away is probably a good option, as Piggy drops the GG's heart. There was no hearts going on earlier, but they will have a chance at redemption here, as this is only map number 1 of our best of 3.
Match 2 mostly consisted of both teams just fighting non-stop, with Abrahams coming up quite far ahead in the early game. They then proceeded to troll a bit with the lead they had before closing out the game and getting their spot in the playoffs.
Here today.
Yeah, they put in a solid effort. They did their best. Can you ask for anything else? I guess you could.
I mean, you know, it's good that you get to see familiar faces, right? Like, I personally, I was familiar with some of the players on the Yosho Yoyo squad. You know, I'd played matchmaking against Mosby, Jaxi, Piggy. I'd seen Emperor. I mean, some of them maybe under aliases. So, you know, they're definitely like very good players individually, but they just obviously it shows the difference in team skill level, but also perhaps the fact that the players are tired.
With the group stage now done, it was time to move into our playoffs, with Buff Enjoyers meeting up against Abrahams in our first match of the day, with Mel Team and Fearless Furies to follow up. Game 1 started off with an early advantage for Buff Enjoyers, but Abrahams managed to get the lead after stealing away the first urn. Flash forward to the Buff Enjoyers secure the next 2 urns to keep the game close. The constant picks out of Abrahams ended up giving them a 30k lead and the first game.
Spawn in a minute and 40 time. It's time to just take as much jungle away, maybe even catch them off, because Listic now might have gotten caught off guard here. And this could be a good fight for Abrahams to close out this first map.
Yeah, someone has now occupied the Baroness Hotel as Sap falls back on this one. You got Zergy just running it down right now on that Warden, looking quite dangerous. In fact, 2 of his teammates have gone down, but there's quite a few weak players here for Abrahams that are not in the fight right now. So effectively in this fight, it's somewhat even, but with Zergy now getting taken out, that's going to be a wrap, I think, for this one. Abrahams looking to be in a commanding position come this next mid-boss, potentially, as they've lost 3 players, Buff Enjoyers.
D-Mob was able to get one into Jam side, and he's trying to stall for a little bit of time here. If he can take down Tassa, it'd be nice if he can do it, especially at a good window of time, because the mid-boss has been stopped, but now you can see D-Mob quickly gets surrounded by the entirety of Abrahams, and you know he's going to follow you. Even the shot chance should be used just to buy some time. There should be no way he actually lives from this.
Buff Enjoyers managed to get Zergy on a more comfortable and impact hero of Mina, as well as getting Jamside off Ivy. BE managed to get up to an 11k lead 15 minutes in, with the early game leading up to the first rejuve of the match.
Abrahams are going to contest this one. You can see, I believe that is Paradox over to the left-hand side of your screen by Tass, looking to set up a potential swap in towards the urn, and there we go. Sonastepper gets the first take of it.
There we go. They're looking for the contest here. No ults to already work with. They'll do their best to try to get rid of some of these rejuves. They managed to take down one as a health swap from Jam side, but just everybody so strong right now for Buff Enjoyers, and it's just a trickle.
The match turns into one of the quickest we have had in the Trolli Open, with Buff Enjoyers taking a fight with Rejuve and ended up sending Abrahams back to the lobby.
But obviously the Rejuve comes on through. Do they have extra damage to put on top of him? Well, there you go. The rest of the Buff Enjoyers squad comes around, Jason, and none of them actually die. The Rejuves save them.
Yeah, 6 on 5. All they did was get one initial pick with that Rejuve Crystal taken out, but they're going to lose pretty much everyone for it. And even, wow, they called GG's and already disconnected before the game was actually over. So ABL might not be on the team anymore, but his passion still lives within the roster.
Moving on to match 3, Abrahams managed to maintain control in the game with objectives and fights, but Buff Enjoyers get a much-needed fight to get the lead as well as Rejuve.
Sides, everybody on deck here for this one. Multiple elevations for this fight, multiple levels as who gets targeted down very quickly. The focus fire on who, they know how important he can be. No hyper beam, nothing left from him in this fight as a 1v1 against the Ivy. Obikim might be able to do this, and he will. Very weak together, goes down out the fight. Abrahams, they are in trouble right now. Again, mid-boss is the reward for this, most likely, as the urn is walking his way across the map. That's not really all that important, as we have Abrahams completely rooted.
Huge kill fight out of Obikim too, on together. Take the Shiv out of the fight in a one-on-one. Or normally the Shiv should be able to win on this one. They're going to get the final catch on a Sonya Sniper as well as...
Zergy and Obikim managed to get so far ahead of Jam's side with the 40k lead their team has. Knowing they are far behind, Abrahams tried to take advantage of Shark running the urn to force a fight with a 2-man advantage.
I mean, Abrahams, what do? Like, you have 48 seconds till mid-boss. You almost have to, you basically have to contest the urn turn-in and hope to win that fight, then turn it into a mid-boss. But Saf is already so low, just taking away, I believe that was from Infernus in the chase. They might be coming in here out of Buff Enjoyers. They kind of smell the blood in the water. And if they keep hitting hooks like this and keep getting kills, they're going to get their berth into the finals.
Yeah, he's going to get targeted, but there's just not enough behind this. Absolutely sending those hooks. And it's not looking like there's too much to be done here. Well, Sergey's going to make this magician disappear. Saint is going to get
They almost got
burned.
juked. They almost got juked there. By the way, Listic's finishing the game while we're watching all this fight happening. Listic's all by himself in the pit. He's got minions there to push on this one. The patron, it's already a quarter of the way now dead, and I think Listic cares. He's like, you guys keep doing that. I'm going to keep winning the game here. And they're going to do it, Dan. They're going to make their way into the grand finals. Not necessarily the cleanest of ways to get through, as Abrahams did put up a good fight, but they get there nonetheless. They have a chance to win themselves $5,000 here from Trolli.
With Buff Enjoyers securing their slot in the finals, it was time to find out which team would be joining them. ABL managed to get an extremely strong start in this match, bullying all the lanes. Fearless Furies try to pull a Mel team, seeing the urn being ran, going for Reju, but the lack of damage allows a contest.
And there's no way they can actually turn the urn so freely, too. Instead, they're going to turn their attention over towards mid-boss. Urn has been dropped, and they're going to go for a refight off the back. This Fearless Furies are taking too long to take down this mid-boss ZP that Melt Team have gotten here.
Mel Team is here. Mel Team saying, wait a second, you guys did raw mid boss. That's our thing. Stone form in. Rejuve's taken. 2 for Mel Team, 1 for Fearless Furies. And now let's see how the chaos resolves. Both charges for Mel Team immediately gone. They have to fight the victor here in the underground. What Fearless Furies likes, they have the last stand going over. Ults being used. Fearless Furies getting the better of Mel Team here. Mel Team had the rush in short notice. All Rejuves have been gone on both ends, and Fearless Furies turn the mid boss into a 2-for-2 trade here so far. Back down into the underground. The fight hasn't stopped. The stone form up over, smashes down on the Alpafine.
Even with losing out on mid-boss, Apple from the Furies is so far ahead of everyone that he gets his team back to equal. But unfortunately, a bad fight leading into Reju for Mel Team closes out the first game of the series.
Looking to push up from forward as ABL is going to be the one to lead the charge here with the Shadow Transformation coming on out. He's looking for Applefine, and he gets himself Ayano on accident with the collateral. With a 2-man advantage now, as he called it before, with this Reju. Shrines, the first stage patron, coming to fruition.
Once Apocycle was gone, this was a foregone conclusion. Stormcloud being dropped here by Flammable. You get the extra 2 kills, and with that being said, you can get Patron now. Last Stand's gonna come out here by Surgery, but what are you really going to do? Yeah, you're hitting people, but you're kind of tickling them at this point. You just aren't farmed enough. You see the Last Stand, he ends up leaving Turning Tail and can't make it back into the spawn. Mel Team, it was getting spicy for a little while, but they end up finding a way through. Second stage Patron is gonna go down, and Mel Team takes map 1 over the Furies.
With the switch up in the draft for game 2, Fearless Furies are set up having multiple players who need a lot of farm, and OCs has a comfort hero of Mina. Furies get a lead in the early game mostly due to Surgery, who continues to have an MVP performance in this match.
Fearless Furies are sending so many players here to go for the defense. The Affliction does catch on. ABL falls. The Walker survives another fight here. I feel like if you're a Mel Team and you're going to lose players, you might as well just lose them while committing for the Walker, and they get themselves nothing off of this. Maybe a push onto the right lane Walker, but there's a chance we could see mid-boss being taken out with 3 players dead.
It wasn't just Surgery helping the Furies in this match. Ayano's hooks open up fights, and in this clip, a mid-boss to finish the game.
And it may just be over, so this is very cautious, and here we go. The hook comes on in. Is the fall through going to be here? Overseas, in danger, off the bomb, half HP. Who else is there? Another hook comes in. The second pick, and now for Fearless Furies, if you can get out, you can mid-boss, but your real low is Bebop. It may be coming at a cost. And ABL able to take down Ayano. It is not a free pick, which is really crucial. If ABL can get away, uses the doorman's own door and hides behind it. ABL with the moves, but gets a call bell towards the end. Can't quite complete the juke. So the punish is not complete, but Mel Team still down 1. And now, Empty Dreams couldn't get up over into the window. It's now 3 down for Mel Team, and you're about to hear the mid-boss roar. You get Pocket as a parting gift, Fragareco with the covering fire, and it's looking like Bobby gets out, and OCs goes down. The mid-boss, it's going to the Furies, and Jason, I truly think we're heading to map 3.
Honestly, game 3 was all about one thing in this match, and it was OCs and his farm. He got to 21k souls at 14 minutes in, and was already 6k ahead of everyone on the enemy team. This continued to snowball the rest of the game as Mel Teams moved on to the finals versus Buff Enjoyers.
Need him right now. No one is even low on the side of Mel Team, and they're continuing to chase them away and chew them apart. And the damage is really online now for OCs. Everyone running from him.
This is bad for Ayano. You have a very angry and farmed Ivy directly behind you. Goes Stone Form though, to some of the damage still. How deep do you chase down? You're feeling pretty good about this. You don't want to throw, but you do want to keep pumping out damage. Instead though, just gotta walk through the middle base Guardians, quick little parry, and say, yep, we got the Walker now. Let's just do a little bit of building damage.
And get the eject damage up. Maybe pull off the rainbow here. I mean, with this entire team knocking on your front door, they don't have Reju mid-boss not coming for another minute and 50 of time. But there might even be a chance for another mid-boss to come up. 47 seconds left on Fragareco. If anyone gets staggered here, this could be the end. And Metal Team could be getting their berth into the finals, ZP.
They're just about there. First stage patron about to go down. Don't know if they'll try and force it here with no rejuve. The smart play for Mel Team.
Oh, they're coming back.
If they can get a pick, they can end it. They get the Elpafine. I think they stay. Mel Team now looking to end it, looking to get their berth here into the grand finals in the EU Trolli Open here on Night Shift. The patron, it is decimated, and Mel Team swiftly win the series.
It was time to move on to the grand finals. Which team would take home the $5,000? Would it be Buff Enjoyers or Mel Team? Mel Team go into the draft prepared by taking away Doorman from Hoop. ABL and OCs are able to secure comfort heroes, even getting Kelvin on their team. With Buff and Joyous having a strong early game and sporting a 20k lead 23 minutes in, Mel Team go for a drastic play by taking mid-boss.
Strong. And too much damage there. And they're still going to go for the mid-boss.
Okay, yeah, I mean, Mel Team, they figure, okay, we lost one, but you're still down to Obakim. I mean, Obakim, probably not one of the most important people, but here we go, Mel Team. Will it be their salvation or their doom? The Rejuve Crystal comes on down. ABL first charge, ABL second charge, and all charges go to Mel Team.
With this risky Rejuve play, Mel Team then go on to push even with Flammable and OCs getting caught out. The snowball of kills for MT allowed them to push into the base. Then in true one-win style, they stick around going for the finish, taking the first map in the series.
Low, flame dashing way out of the way. And does Sherrick get out too? This would be unreal thievery. OCs though is able to find Zergy towards the end. And Hoot goes down. But overall, a really nice Rejuve contest at the end for Buff and Joyous to try and put an end to it. However, if Obakim gets caught here, it's kind of rough.
Yeah, that is really rough. And Sharik escaped with like 1% HP. Oh my god, the chase down coming in from the page. Pop chasing down the Billy to be turned in. And we are currently even. Oh my goodness, another catch. Sharik, is he going to escape this? Absolutely not. And the try is going to go down as well. The entire map is at the feet of Mel Team here. This looks like it could turn into a game, or rather map winning advantage. The base is going to be destroyed.
Wait, the way Mel Team is posturing, does Mel Team just go to send it? Do they send it on second stage Patron now? Buff and Joyous is coming back up. But you look at Mel Team, they're not leaving. They want to strike first blood here against Buff and Joyous. It is going to be a full-on race on the Patron. Buff and Joyous, they're back up. Mel Team laying in the damage here onto the Patron, and Buff and Joyous can do nothing as Mel Team rips map one away.
Buff and Joyous this time around do take away the Kelvin, learning from last game. However, ABL and OC still managed to get their signature heroes. With BE sporting a 12k lead and a kill on ABL, they full rush into mid-boss for a Rejuve, forcing a fight.
And Mel Team coming on through. There we go, the dive from Pocket, the Rejuve Crystal from the ceiling. It falls, and in come every single player from both sides. Ooh. 2 charges managed to be gathered by Mel Team. One has already been utilized. It's one apiece for either side now. Well, there we go. The advantage now goes to Buff and Joyous. They get theirs, the last one eliminated. And now it's a straight-up fight with Obakim out of this one. Maybe Mel Team have a chance here, ZP.
Mel Team able to come on in just in the nick of time. They steal 2 Rejuve charges, and now we'll see if they can get a little bit more. OCs goes down. Buff and Joyous down Obakim. Very low across the board. Sherrick and Hoot in real danger. Zergy, though, still pretty healthy. Looking to burn down, even things up. Instead, getting burned in turn out of it from ABL.
With the last Rejuve turning into a stalemate with no crystals being saved from either team, we flash forward to the new mid-boss with Buff and Joyous having a 3-man advantage as they go for it.
Scenario, and okay, we're going to get the commitment. But at the same time, Empty Dreams, OCs, Overseas, Flammable, they are outside the mid-boss pit. But I don't think they have the tools to do this.
Affliction.
But they're going to go for it anyway, ZP.
Affliction went in. I'm not sure how many hit. May have been 1, may have been 2. But you don't have the Viscous here for the intercept. But Flammable and Empty Dreams and Flammable again. All 3 hits to Mel Team. They lose 2 Rejuve charges immediately, but Buff and Joyous again fumble on the Rejuve. An amazing contest in here from Mel Team, and Buff and Joyous is paying the price. 3 down. Mel Team, they lose their final Rejuve charge, but what a contest. Buff and Joyous not only don't gain an advantage, it puts them behind, Dan.
Yeah, that's a crazy steal from Mel Team. Again, I don't think they really had the tools or the business to be pulling that one off, but they certainly managed to make it work. And what an absolute flip. This, instead of Buff and Joyous forcing this to a 3rd map, or very likely to do so, it could be Mel Team instead stealing this one away. Look at the power, the aura here from ABL going straight past the Guardian, straight into the Shrine to try to decimate the base. And this is a huge problem right now for Buff and Joyous. There's still 5 of them down. They can't do anything but just sit there on the sidelines watching their base get absolutely obliterated.
With the kills they put up, Mel Team once again channeled their inner 1-win as they try to close out the series without Rejuve and Buff and Joyous respawning back in.
Mel Team, they're going for the championship here and now. Second stage Patron, they are committing. Is this going to be the play? Buff and Joyous, everyone is back up. Do they defend? It is a full-on race on the second stage Patron. Down to half HP. Here comes Mel Team. Do they have enough? The damage is coming in. Demob those picked up too. It's not in time. Mel Team defeat Buff and Joyous off the base race. They are your champions.
And a massive upset pulled off by Mel Team, taking on Buff and Joyous, our longest standing team in EU. And they did it by creating a team right before this event and only having a few days practice. It really shows the depth of what EU has to offer, and hopefully for them sticking around as a team so we can see more competition in the EU scene. But before we end things off, once again, a big thank you to Trolli for putting this on. It would not be possible without them, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys at home who are watching as well. We love to have your guys' support, and we're so proud to have the community that we do have. And if you guys missed out North America, make sure you go check out that recap and hit that like and subscribe button as well. And we'll see you next time here for the Deadlock Night Shift.